Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. So in today's video, we are actually going to be doing what everybody and their mamas are doing at the moment, which is the FOXY eye makeup trend. Now, I've been actually wanting to try this because I love kind of like winged out kind of looks is usually what I go for. Every time I do this is because it really elongates your eyes and it just makes them look like bigger, because it just makes such an impact like when you really pull your eyeshadow all the way up. Yeah, so I want to try it out today, but using only matte shades. Usually, you know, whenever I'm doing a look or whatever, I always go in with some kind of shimmer or some shit like that, but today we're just gonna do matte, and we're really gonna like try to make the eyes like super like elongated. And yeah, we shall see what we come up with. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a like to the video if you enjoyed it, and also try out the trend, because like honestly it looks bomb. It looks fucking bomb. So yeah, let's get into the video. I'm actually gonna be using a palette, an eyeshadow palette that I literally discovered in my makeup collection the other day. And I think I did a video once upon a time on my channel with this palette, and since then I haven't used it. So the other day I was like swatching them out and I was like, bro, like these swatch pretty good. Why haven't I used you? Why? So that's what we're doing today. This is the e.l.f. Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like, and this one is in the Summer Breeze kind of like category. I don't even know if this is still available. Probably is on their website, so you know, just check it out. But this is what it looks like. Literally they're all mattes and they all go from, you know, light to dark, and I thought it would be perfect for this look because it's a matte kind of like winged out kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer on my eyes. I'm just gonna use the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer to kind of prime the eyes a little bit. But because this look is kind of very effortless and very kind of like soft on the eyes, I don't want to apply like too much, so I'm just gonna apply a very light amount on there. I remember like the day that I did a video with that palette, which was like forever ago, and I thought, like, if I remember correctly, I didn't like it. So we shall see how it goes today, but it's just, it seems kind of odd to me that I didn't like it. And the other day, like when I was swatching them, they seem really nice on the skin and like soft and like pretty pigmented. Like even the light shade, let me show you guys real quick. Like there, you guys can see it, and they're all matte. So I don't know why I didn't like it, but anyways, let me stop labbing. I'm gonna start with a fluffy brush. This one is the e.l.f. blending brush, and I'm just gonna use this to start kind of like the whole process of bringing the eyeshadow up. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade from here, this one right here. I'm gonna start placing my brush in this kind of way, so kind of in an angle, and I'm gonna start bringing it up, so kind of as if you were kind of doing like an eyeliner kind of situation or something like that. You want to start the process with the lightest shade, and I'm just gonna bring it in the direction of my brow. So if you place your brush this way, you can see where kind of it ends. So that's kind of the shape that I'm gonna be creating, and I'm gonna be using this shade to do that. I'm just gonna bring it up and just kind of blend it as I go. It's a very light shade, but you can definitely see it. Like it already starts making that shadow kind of going up to build that up. Like I've seen so many people doing this trend, and I've been wanting to do it, but it's been kind of complicated. The other day I fell from the stairs at my aunt's place, and I kind of sprained my ankle. It wasn't like such a bad fall, but my ankle just got swollen. Like it literally looked like I had a freaking ball on my ankle. So I had to take it, like pretty much take it easy for a couple days. It's still a little bit swollen and it still hurts a little bit, but I can walk, because for the first few days I couldn't even walk. Like it really hurt, and just the fact that it was swollen, I had to pretty much, you know, keep it up because the moment that I kept it down, or I was just like sitting or whatever, all the blood would go down there to my foot and it would hurt and it would get swollen and I would just like be in pain. So for a couple of days I literally just had to like be putting, you know, bandages around it, put my foot in ice and put ice on it. And it was just like, I wasn't even in the mood to play with makeup. But I've been wanting to do this trend for a minute, but here we are, a little bit late. I feel like everybody's doing it right now, so I'm not too late, but still, you know. So yeah, anyways, this same color that I'm using right here, I'm kind of bringing it in to my crease just a little bit to kind of bring a little bit of warmth, to bring a little bit of warmness here, but I'm not applying too much, just whatever is there. I'm mainly focusing in on, you know, really bringing that shade up here. The only thing is, like, I've seen everybody who has been doing these looks, they always apply falsies, and I don't have any falsies. I don't usually apply falsies, so we're gonna use the technique of just like applying a lot of mascara on the outer corner. Hopefully that works the same, because I feel like lashes really help kind of bring the whole look together, but I'm sure you can do it also without falsies. So yeah, I feel like I'm really hot. It's been super pretty here in Toronto the last few days. My birthday was a couple days ago, and the days before my birthday, like, the weather had been so shitty, like literally so shitty, and then on my birthday it was so nice and I was like so happy. But I'm so glad the weather is finally like making up its mind, and you know, it's kind of helping us feel a little bit better about being in this coronavirus situation. Because you can, like, you know, go out for a walk or a run, or just like go out and breathe some nice fresh air and feel some vitamin D on your skin. Like, feels nice. Okay, so I think I'm liking it, but when you're doing this look, you want to keep this area clear, because we're gonna be, you really want to just keep this area dark and then this area kind of like nice and bright. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep the eyeshadow kind of like midway out, and then the rest is just gonna be clean. Move on to a darker color. I'm gonna take this one right here, and I'm gonna take out a smaller brush. This one is kind of like an angled fluffy brush, so I'm gonna take that and start basically doing the same thing. So the thing with this look is all about building on the shades and like creating that, you know, angle, but just kind of building on the shades, like warm tones or whatever kind of shades you want to use. Like if you want to use kind of like more mauvey kind of tones, you can also do that. But the trick with it is just like kind of building on the shades as you go and doing that kind of shape with the eyeshadow as you're applying it. And then once I apply that darker shade, I'm just going back with that other brush that I was using at the beginning and kind of blending it in. Because it's kind of creating kind of like a smoky liner kind of situation. I'm gonna take an even smaller brush, kind of like a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this darker cool tone kind of shade right here. I'm gonna take that with that brush, and same thing. You guys can see I'm kind of like flicking the brush upwards like that, because you really want to make sure that you accentuate kind of like the flicking motion here. These shadows are fine. I don't know why I didn't like it the first time that I used it. I feel like especially for like an all matte kind of palette, it's pretty nice because you can just use this with like other palettes, like if you want something else with like a shimmer or whatever, but you can use this to kind of start off your look. So like if you're gonna put something on the crease or whatever, you can start off with this and then, you know, kind of build up from there. So I don't know why I didn't really enjoy it at first. It's so crazy, you know, like how we change our opinions on makeup as we go. Like, so you might like something right now, but maybe tomorrow or like in a couple of days or whatever, you won't like it as much anymore, because we're constantly like changing up our routines and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. Okay, I'm gonna go in a little bit with this kind of like, it looks a little bit kind of orangey, this color right here. It's like an orange brownie kind of shade. I'm just gonna take that on the fluffy brush that I was using at first and just gonna go over everything. So I'm doing this kind of motion of like going like this and then going up here so that I can kind of blend as I go. But I'm putting a very light pressure on the brush because I don't want it to be like too intense or anything. I think I want to take a tiny little bit of this like black. It almost looks, yeah, it looks pretty black. So I'm gonna take a tiny bit of that, very much like just on the tip of this brush, and I'm gonna take that really close to the lash line to add a little bit more of that dimension on there. Okay, so it should be looking something like that. I'm gonna go back to the other blending brush and just blend that black. Okay, so I do like how it's looking, but I feel like I need to clean up a little bit, especially like right here on the inner part of the lid. I'm gonna take that color that is just like a matte kind of whitey kind of color. Oh my god, I cannot speak. Kind of color. I'm just gonna take that on the blending brush and just kind of use that to brighten it in there. You guys can see how it just brightens everything. Maybe with my finger it'll be a little bit brighter. Just gonna take a tiny bit more color on the outer V. I think I'm gonna take this like pencil brush and I'm gonna take the color, I kind of want to bring a little bit of this kind of like purpley kind of shade, so I'm gonna use a little bit of that, just a little bit, I don't want too much, and I'm gonna place that right on top of that black that we have placed. And then I'm gonna take the angled brush, the fluffy angled brush, and I'm just gonna blend that out, kind of flicking it upwards. I feel like that color, the light shade, isn't really doing it for me, so I'm actually gonna take for my Chatty beauty palette, I'm gonna take Aura, and this one is like hella bright, so I'm gonna use that to just brighten inside of the, like the inside of my lid, and really kind of clean everything up. You can see this one is more, a little bit more bright and a little bit more like pinky white, in comparison to the other one is a little bit more kind of like my skin tone, so it doesn't show up that much. just like that. Okay, now with an angled brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of that same black from the elf palette. So from here, I'm just gonna take it on an angled brush, and I'm gonna take that really close to the lashes, especially like right in this outer corner, because the effect with this eye is you really want to kind of build on the outer V. So I'm going to apply most of it right there to make my eyes look a little bit more almond shape. And I'm gonna flick it up a little bit, but just a tiny bit, when there's almost like no more eyeshadow left on the brush, to give me that, you know, cat eye effect. And then I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit, especially right here on the outer V. So that's about it for the eyes. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off my face because I haven't really done anything on my face. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back and we'll apply, you know, mascara, so I can show you guys kind of how I'm gonna apply it more on the outer parts of the lashes. And yeah, so yeah, I pretty much did my entire face. You know, I applied a blush, bronzer, except highlight. I'm gonna apply highlight with you guys. But what I did here, I don't know if you guys can see it, I actually applied a little bit of like a banana kind of powder with this kind of brush. So I packed on quite a bit of powder, and I just kind of placed it on there to really highlight that underneath there, because it was still a little bit, I went in with a little brush and kind of blended it out again, so it kind of brought a little bit of the darkness down there. So I really wanted it to be really nice and bright so that it really lifts the eye. And yeah, I also applied a little bit on the sides of the nose. But anyways, so I'm gonna apply mascara with you guys. I wanted to show you guys kind of what I'm gonna be doing. So what I'm gonna do is take my lash curler, and then for my mascara I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal, the Colossal Big Shot. What I'm gonna do is mainly focus this like really on the outside lashes, barely putting any mascara on the inner part of the eyelashes. Still gonna apply some there, but I'm going to really build it up on the outer V. So there you guys can see it. It just looks more feathery on the outer part of the eye, more volumed. And then here I really want them to look really nice and like, you know, fluffy. I think that's enough mascara. On the lower lash line, I don't want to do like too much, but I'm gonna place a little bit of that first color that we used. This one, the second one right here. This one right here with that same blending brush. Just gonna take that and pop it underneath there, just for a little bit of something, just like that. And then on the inner corner, I'm just gonna take, I want to kind of create that like really elongated thing. So I'm just gonna take the black from that palette and an angled brush, and oh my god, I almost dropped that, and basically create a line the little pointy guy right here facing downwards. Like that. So you guys can see it just creates that shape of even longer. I realize I kind of have to line now because of that thing that I applied there on the inner corner. So if I don't, it just looks like I have a random line there. On the lips, I think I want to apply kind of like a darker lip, something like this. Wow, I have not seen myself with a dramatic lipstick in a very hot minute. Alright, so I hope that was foxy enough for you guys and that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Honestly, I feel like this foxy trend, it's super easy. It just takes a little bit of building, but honestly, you kind of just like slap on the colors on the outer V and then call it a day, basically. And it looks super like, it's kind of dramatic, but it's still kind of low-key, and it just looks kind of sultry. I feel like that's the perfect word for it because it just looks very like smoked out. It looks very sultry, yeah. And I mean, if you put your hair up, which I never do because whenever I have my hair up, I get such headaches because my hair is like super heavy. I cannot. So if you put your hair up, it'll give you the even more of an illusion of your eyes just being like more lifted and your face being lifted, but I'm good. I'm good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.